we create a lot of content in Canva, and there's just so many little tips and tricks that we know that we've learned over the years. So we're going to be kind of guiding you guys through that. And then if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and Darby is here to answer those. Darby is my director of operations and marketing. So she actually is the one that posts all of our Reels prompts and everything every week. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, when you log in to Canva, if you go under apps, there's a lot of really cool things that people don't even know that Canva has. So for example, I've been kind of doing some little Canva hack reels on Instagram, but I didn't even know half of these were here. So first of all, the text to image, these are what's trending right now. So the text to image, if you were to click this, I've talked about this on a reel, but basically what you can do is type in anything and it will kind of pull up a cool design for you. So they did a panda surfing a wave, and then you got this, like, AI came up with a bunch of different designs of a panda surfing a wave. So there's really, the sky is the limit when it comes to your designs. Don't be afraid to look for crazy things. All you would have to do to use this is just click use an existing design, and you can pull one of your existing designs that you have or use a new design, which I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Instagram post. So here's what this looks like, text to image. Try an example. Let's see. I'm just going to try, like, this already has something. Beautiful natural landscape of waterfalls and mountains at dawn. I'm going to press enter. It takes just a minute to do this. Basically, where I see you guys using this is maybe you don't have a professional photographer to help you get, certain images or photos that you want to use on your social media. So you can come into Canva and use the text to image tool to come up with whatever you think. Some of these are like very retro looking, like it looks like someone honestly painted this. So you can, once it gives you your ideas, you can come down to styles and actually change this, like, based on what your style is. So like if you wanted a watercolor instead, you can just create again, and it will make this design in a watercolor. So make sure you note down text to image if you want to come up with your own cool designs. We don't use this too often, but if we want to do something cool, we'll use that. Another app that I use in here that I just want to talk to you guys about, where's it at? Smart Mockups. Actually, let me just do this. Is going to be easier. So first and foremost, when you're coming into Canva, there's so much stuff that you could come in here and find, and especially you can do stuff industry specific. So someone dropped their industry in the chat. First person to drop it, I'm going to use you as an example. Dun, dun, dun. Anybody? Painting contractor. Ooh, that's a hard one. Okay, good. All right, so I'm just going to type in painting contractor. They may or may not have stuff for this. And then when you search it, there's all kinds of stuff that you could find. Look at that. They actually do. I'm really surprised that they have your niche in here because that's very specific. So they have a ton of stuff for you to use. Some of it is logos that are already made. Some of them are Facebook posts to get like a special off. Some of these over here, like this one's pretty cool. This is to sell your service. So I'm just going to click on this design right here and do customize design. So this really is all made together. Like, I don't even think you need to edit too much that's in here. Maybe you need to edit your phone number, your website, and then obviously I'm going to want you to change out your colors and put your brand kit. Speaking of brand kit, if you don't have your brand kit put into Canva, it will save you so much time. So we're going to go over how to do that. I'll show you it in a minute. But what I wanted to note here is if you find any kind of design that you like, and maybe it's this one that looks like it's the way that it's sized, it kind of looks like a Facebook post, to be honest. All you have to do if you want to make this an Instagram post or an Instagram story even, you'll click on your design and then go over here to resize, and you can turn this into any size design that you want. So I'm going to make this an Instagram story because I think it's kind of salesy and I use my stories to sell. Now, what's going to happen is when you resize that, you might not like how it makes the design for you. So what I typically do here is like, I will highlight, all I'm doing is pulling my mouse. I'm holding down my mouse and pulling it over this part. And I'm going to pull it down to the bottom and just kind of stretch it out a bit to where it's bigger. But you need to make sure it still fits within the line. Oh, did I stretch it out too much? I did stretch it out too much, so I'm just going to move some stuff over. And then again, I'm holding down my button and highlighting all of this, and I'm just going to stretch it a bit. Now, when I stretched that, I ended up losing some elements here, so I'm just going to pull them over. And now, like, this is an already done for you story slide. Now, the only thing I would add to this, if you're doing stories, the girls and I have found that when you use engagement stickers, your stories tend to perform better. And the reason for that is because the algorithm sees people clicking on your stories. So what you're going to want to do, just to remind you if you want, or you might remember this on your own, but what I'll do is I'll put like a little block here and just kind of resize it. And then I'll get my text and I'll just put link. So then I know once I download this to my phone and upload it, I'll remember to put my link sticker right there, whatever, whether it's a link sticker, sorry, that's a link sticker. You might want to do like the poll sticker, the question sticker, whatever it is. You can just put a little reminder there to let you know, like, hey, put your sticker here. All right, let's go back for a minute. One thing I want to do before we get into anything was the brand kit. So we have a lot of brands set up for our clients. So if you go to add new, tester brand, you'll name your brand kit. And then all you're going to do in here is like, you'll add your logo first of all, which I don't, okay, good. I have my logo set in here. I'm adding my logo. Then you're going to go in here and add your colors. So if you have a logo that has colors already in it, then Canva should automatically bring your colors over here. But if not, you can go in and add your new colors. Now there's a really cool thing here. If you don't even have a brand right now, Canva can actually give you ideas for brand colors based on like popularity. So you could even come in here and look at what they already have. I'm just going to type in neutral. No, that didn't work. What if I put like beige? Typically, if you put in an idea here, they'll give you some examples. Sorry, we had trouble retrieving your color palettes. Why is it doing that? Let me see what there. So I think that's just not working with beige. Maybe if I put in tan. There we go. So you can really put in any color that really like you want to work with, and Canva will come up with a couple of different versions for you there. So that's really nice. And then what's super important, and for all of your content when you're posting on Instagram, Facebook, anything, if you really want to like elevate your branding, you need to choose fonts and use those same fonts every single time. That's probably the biggest thing I see that people do wrong on their social media is just screenshotting random quotes or making really nice templates, but like the color is different every time. The text is different every time. So if you come in here and put in your brand guidelines, then all of your designs moving forward will be cohesive and people will take you more seriously. There is a chat. Guilty. Okay, John, that's one way for you to easily level up everything is just pick it, choose it, and move forward with it. Now, I'm guilty of this too, because Darby can probably, shake her head yes. For a little bit, we were kind of going with whatever was trendy in Canva. So we would see like these trendy fonts and kind of do stuff with that. And then we kind of had to be like, okay, pick a font, move forward with it, or else you're just going to look cheesy all the time. So this is under Brand Hub when you log into Canva. Can you point out a few fonts we could look at because I can't pick one? Yes, Jenny, that's a really great question. So here's what I do when it comes to fonts and colors, to be completely honest with you guys. I always go to Pinterest and then I will click in like font, font combinations. That's it. And Pinterest will give you the best pairings because honestly, like I'm a social media manager. I'm not really a brand director. So like when Kyle was creating all of our stuff, I gave him a few ideas and he's like, Caitlin, that font does not pair well with this font. So I was like, okay, whatever, do whatever you think fits. But if you come into Pinterest, you can totally cheat the system and you will find so many font pairings. Hopefully that helps. You can actually even come in here too. And to be honest with you, when we first created Influence Studio, I was teals and pinks, and how I did that was I came into here and I did brand kit inspiration. And I stole my ideas from Pinterest. So if you are totally like in the dark of what you should do, come look over in Pinterest. You can even put like, John, I feel like just thinking of you, like if you went in here, these look very girly, and it's honestly probably because of my Pinterest algorithm, but you could come in here and put like, I don't even know if you could put manly, but let me just see what happens when I type in manly. Yes. So they have like some more like sleek, manlier. I love these blues too. Like that one, People's Choice is really nice. And so is this. So feel free to come into Pinterest to kind of cheat the system when it comes to your branding. But that is the very first step into creating anything in Canva, is setting up your brand kit and knowing, what you want to portray. One more tidbit I'm going to tell you here is in my coaching program right now, we're actually working on branding, and I told the girls to make like a mood board, and that's going to help them with their branding. So to make a mood board, you kind of need to think about who is your audience, and that will help you create your mood board. So for me, my audience is business owners, really. So what I do when I come in here, I type in like business owner mood board. It's like enter. Okay, these aren't really that good. Hold on, let me just put in, I told you guys I'm a neutral girl, and I think I keep spelling that wrong. Yeah. Neutral mood board. Can also type in aesthetic. There we go. This is me getting in my neutral vibes, like this even right here. I would probably save this for a background on like a story or a carousel template. These surfboards, I would just kind of collect all of these different ideas and pin them to my mood board. I think Darby does this for our clients. What was yours called, Darby? It was something funny.
It was for a skincare brand we have, but they're very trendy. So I called it That Girl Aesthetic, and it brings up lots of cool things.
Let me just type that in to show you guys That Girl Aesthetic. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like a girl relaxing in her home. This right here, like there's just, you could put in different aesthetics and find whatever works for your brand. I'm gonna have to save that for later, Darby. Okay, so let's get into editing some templates. First, okay, let's go with this one real quick. These were some of our personal reels for our influence page. So whenever we send you guys templates, I don't want you guys to look at these templates and be like, ew, that makes no sense for me. I'm not using this template. Like, no, this is what you need to think when you see these. So say, for example, this was the template we gave you. You might think it's very girly, it's neutral, boho, ew, I'm not using it, okay? If that's how you feel, click on these three dots and duplicate the page. And then what you're gonna do is first come over to the Giphies. Canva, this is actually an app that you add on to Canva. So when you're in Canva, if you look on the left-hand side here, there's a bunch of different apps that you can add to your menu. So I highly recommend adding the Giphy app because that's where I find all these funny Giphies. So once you add the Giphy app, it'll pop up right here on the side. And then like a lot of people like The Office. I know that's like a very neutral one. So I'll click in The Office and then you'll just delete that and pull over a different Giphy. Now it's already changed the complete vibe, no more Taylor Swifty. Then you're gonna come in and change out the profile picture here to your own. So let me just go to my uploads. I'm gonna pull this over. Make sure you resize everything. Don't just let me just show you this real quick. When I throw this photo in here, it's completely off center. If you really want people to take you seriously, like take your time to resize this stuff and move it to the middle. Then you're gonna put in your name here and your Instagram name. And then for the backgrounds, like again, this is very neutral. So what you can do over here is come over to the side for the elements. And kind of this is where the mood board and your aesthetic really comes into play because it will be easier for you to find videos. But let's just say we were doing the painting contractor. I'm going to come over here and type in contractor and just see what pops up. So when you type in something, you're going to get photos, graphics, and videos. For this example, I'm going to click on the photos. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here and delete that background. And there's a lot already going on here. So to be honest, your background needs to be kind of neutral, like not too busy. I'm just going to come over here. I kind of like this roof. Well, no, they're painting, they're not roofing. What you could do, since I'm not seeing really a lot of like neutral painting stuff, I'm going to click on a picture that has this right here. And I'm going to stretch this over to where the guy is not in the picture and we just have this background wall. And now that pops up. Now here's a few things to kind of level up this template. You can click on this image and then click edit image. And there's a lot of different things you can do with that image, but I'm going to go to adjust. And I'm going to blur this background just a tad. Now I feel like this is totally like painting contractor worthy. And now also with these elements that we have back here, you can change this to your brand colors. I would keep this font right here to Railway, just because it's super sleek, easy to read, but you are allowed to change these fonts. The thing is, when Playfair Display is actually our main font, but when I change it to that, it's just a little bit harder for me to read. And these meme reels like need to kind of remind you of Twitter. So I'm just going to go back to the Railway because that's just the easiest font for me to read. And then in here, like obviously ours says fun trending audio and tells you how to use it. But for painting contractor, since I have this little video here, I'm trying to think like what could my idea be here? And maybe it would be something like point of view. You just hired us to repaint your entire house while you sit back and relax. Now we've got a relatable reel that is branded specifically for the painting contractor, ready to go. When you're ready to download this is another thing that I think a lot of people don't know to do. When you download this, you go down to share, and then you're going to click download. Make sure it's an MP4 video, but here's the kicker. Do not download all pages. You're going to unclick that and only download this last page. Done. If you download all of them, it's going to end up downloading all videos together, and it's going to be like this 1-minute video of everything that you see here. All of these. Got some people in the chat. Try painting aesthetic, painting back. Okay, sorry. Darby, you're over here answering. Okay. Love that. Can you send me that? Okay. Jenny said to send that to her. Wait, did you want us to send you this reel, or are you wanting her to send you the aesthetic? I'll go ahead and send this to you, Darby, so that you can copy and make it your own and send it over to her. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Here's another hack for you guys for Canva. So say that you're trying to figure out what you should post today. You don't know what to post, but you know that your engagement is really down. So the cool thing with Canva is you can go into here and type in engagement, Instagram post. And what this is going to do is give you some inspiration. Again, my Canva algorithm is giving me very girly templates. So with the men here, I don't want you to get turned off. Once you type in your own stuff, you won't see the same thing I'm seeing, but you will see templates that make people want to comment, like, or share. So let's just look in here. This one, these always perform really well. Side note, these are like the little reminders. I think the reason that they work well is because they're simple and easy to read. And then at the end, like they say, like, okay, got it. So we're going to go ahead and design this one. And I'm going to tell you how to like elevate this template. So this says urgent reminder, the greatest investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Okay, got it. This is super generic to me. Ew, don't like it. I'm going to change it up. So I'm going to leave urgent reminder because that's a good, like, stop the scroll. Wait, what are they trying to remind me? And now I'm going to think to myself, like, I don't want anything like generic that they can just find on Pinterest. I need to do something that is very specific to my audience. So this is where you're going to put your brain into your audience's head. Like, what is it that they want to know? So for us specifically, actually, I'm not even going to use myself as an example. Who can I use as an example? Go ahead and drop your name in the chat because this is more challenging for me when I have to do another industry. Drop your industry or what you do, and I will use you as the example. Okay, who we got? Real estate. Oh, love real estate. You made that easy on me. Okay, urgent reminder. So, obviously you guys are the experts when it comes to that. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to put in must know tip for buying a home. And anyone, whatever industry you're in, like, this is what you can do too. Like, because sometimes, to be honest with you, like, we're so set in our ways and know, our industry by the back of our hand that little things that we know, the normal person wouldn't know. So we don't even think to like talk about that because we're just like, oh, that's common sense. But in reality, no, it's not common sense to them. They don't study this all the time. So I just typed in must know tip for buying a home. I'm going to go ahead and just click on this first link, 21 first time home buyer tips. And I'm going to search and see what's something that I read here that kind of pops out. Try not to finance anything before buying a home. Now, I know a lot of people don't know this. Like, you're not supposed to buy a car if you're financing a home because it will mess up your credit score. So I'm going to roll with this one. How much you owe will affect how much you can borrow. Financing a large new purchase before you get a mortgage reduces your loanable amount. That pops out to me. That's not just like a generic tip. This is more of a generic tip. Try not to finance anything new before buying a home. You could use that, but I feel like it's just a little generic. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to take it back to Canva and I'm going to paste it in here. Now it's a little bit wordy, so I'm going to dumb it down a little bit. So right now it says financing a large new purchase before you get a mortgage reduces your loanable amount. So I'm going to say financing. I'm just going to say financing a new car before you get a purchase. No, financing a large new purchase before you get a mortgage. Honestly, actually, I think I might keep that. Since it's so large and big, I'm just going to make it smaller. Now, here's a design tip for you guys. When you are designing, you need to make sure that there is enough padding on your text, on your images. So let me show you what you should not do. For example, some people will stretch this out. Do you see where there's no padding on the side? It's too busy. You need to shrink it down and make sure you have padding on the side. Now we got good padding. Now, urgent reminder, financing a large new purchase before you get a mortgage, a new car, for example, which I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to do to dumb this down. Example, new car. It's a little less wordy. Reduces your loanable amount. Now here, instead of saying, okay, got it, I'm going to say something like, wow, I didn't know. Then I'm going to change out this background with a real estate photo. I'm just going to put like luxury home because they usually have like the nicest looking photos. And we're going to pick this fireplace. Now I put it there and it just automatically goes to the back. If you click this right here, this is a little design tip too, that I could tell that the transparency is down a little bit because I can see that window back there. You can totally go in here and like totally remove the transparency or make it really white. I kind of like to do mine white. And then I like to come in here. Okay, it's not giving me that option. Let me show you another little design hack. I just removed that, right? I'm going to go back to elements and find that same shape, which this one looks pretty similar. And I'm going to pull this over, right? Position, I'm going to send it to back so that it's behind the wording. I'm going to change it back to white. Now here's a little tip. This right here, border style. Click line and then do 2. And now I just feel like that pops out a little bit more. Now that I've done that, I don't really like this photo anymore. I feel like you can't really tell what it is. So let me try zooming in on it. There, I feel like that's a little bit better. Last thing here that you need to know is always put your username at the bottom somewhere because people can easily steal your content. And this kind of helps them to not be able to steal it. Now, don't make it too big. We're just going to put it in there. We're going to put it like a size 15. I got some questions. Okay, good. Thanks, Darby. Darby did put the paint reel template in there, and you guys are welcome to take that and change it to your own branding. Let's see. Give me another example for an industry, guys. I want to do one more of these for you, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. Actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to show you something different. So say you're in Canva and you're coming in here to create content for the rest of the month. If I were doing this, I would tell you to create at least 12 posts for the month. That means you're getting about 3 posts per week. So this is what we do for our clients. Actually, not necessarily because we also do reels too, but just roll with me here for a second. So I just made this template. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add a page. So now I've got this blank template, right? Wow. What should I design? I have no idea. I'm going to go over here to design. Now, Canva has just given me a bunch of different ideas to run with. So I'm not having to like just make stuff out of my butt. It's already here for me. I'm just going to find out what works. So I just did like a inspirational urgent reminder type thing, but I also kind of educated them. So over here, I'm going to come up with something different. Let's do, benefits of exercise. Let's try this. But instead of benefits of exercise, I'm going to say benefits of hiring a realtor. Now, obviously, when you type that in, it doesn't fit. So you're going to shrink it down. Pull this up. It's still not working. Pull it over. There we go. Benefits of hiring a realtor. Obviously, this is not a realtor. I'm going to delete that. Actually, I'm going to leave that photo here because let me show you what happens. So I'm coming over here and I'm going to type in realtor. I like this photo. Typically, if you pull a photo over, if you click on it, it'll automatically pop up on your template and you can drag it and it will take over this photo. Obviously, that's not working. Okay, so I'm going to delete that and I'm just going to go ahead and design it myself. Now, there's something that Canva has changed. It's called layers. It used to be up here. Well, it is actually still up here, position. For some reason, on some of my other designs, I actually have to click on whatever I want to send to the back and click here and click layer. I think they're in the midst of changing things up. So you can either access this from here or access there from position, but I'm going to layer it up and I'm just going to send it to the back. So now it's behind these little thingies. Now coming back up here, what fonts did I use? Poppins Light. So I'm going to go in here and make sure, okay, that's Poppins Bold. those are already pop-ins. Okay, cool. It looks like my brand kit from above is black and white. So I'm going to come down here and make this black and white. So I'm going to change this to white. And then I'm going to have a little pop color here. You should have at least, like, for example, influence. I have a ton of different colors, but I say you should at least have like 5 colors to play around with, because you can't always just use 2 colors. So I'm just going to come in here and change those to my neutral color. And then last thing you need to know here is with this template, you can tell that they're using about 3 words, 3 or 4 words for each benefit. So when you come in here to customize this for yourself, you need to make sure you're sticking to those very short words. So benefits of hiring a realtor, can't think off the top of my head what those are. So I'm going to go to benefits to hiring a realtor on Google, and I'm going to see what Mr. Google says. Discover hidden properties. So this says discover hidden property listings, but I know that's all not going to fit. So I'm going to steal the discover properties. We need to change that to this. Educate you on the home buying process. Okay, yeah. Educate you on home buying, because I know I can't fit all of that wording in there. Ooh, points out red flags on a property. Love that. Points out. How would we say that? Maybe we even say like looks out for your best interest. And then the last one, you can make this fun, like it means you get to work with me, or you could say something like refer trusted professionals, superior negotiation skills. I definitely want a superior negotiator on my side. That's that, but here's how to elevate this to make it a little bit better. Since real estate is such a personal business, I'm going to go in here and add my photo down at the bottom and my username. So the best way I'm going to do this is I'm going to pull a little shape over, make it black, and then I'm going to click on photo circle frames. Shrink this down to where it fits perfectly in this circle. And now I'm going to find a picture of myself. Pull it in. Now, I'm not like in love with what that looks like, so I might like move it around. I think I might like it over here. And then lastly, what did I say to do at the top? Always add your credentials. I probably would even write something like follow social marketing queen for more real estate tips. And then I'm going to align it to like this and make it just a little bit smaller to where we still have some, there's that padding I was talking about. And boom. Sorry, I missed this. Are these examples of a story or a post? These are posts. The way you can see that is like it's square, but if you wanted to make this a story, you could totally come up here and resize it. I'm going to show you one more little design tip that I like to do on these. So sometimes I don't like too much white space, especially if like, say that I just posted yesterday, like a Twitter mock-up, and you know how the Twitter mock-up is a very white post. So obviously when I post this, there's going to be a lot of white going on my page. So what I'll do is I'll come over and find another home. I'm just going to type in real estate. Let me put in luxury listing again, because I like what that usually gives me. Here, we're going to click this. Okay, watch what I do. I'm going to grab this photo and align it besides this other photo and just pull it down. Okay. Then I'm going to turn down the opacity on this photo to almost to where it's like barely there. Now, problem with this photo is that I'm seeing like that mirror there, so I'm actually going to delete that one. Let me do this one right here. I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need all of that. Pull it up and stretch it. We need it to align perfectly with this other photo, which I just moved it over, and I'm going to pull that down again to look. I'm almost going to like 10. Now I need to send this to the back. And now that just kind of gives it more of a different feel there. All right, I want you guys to kind of pop in some questions in the, like, is there anything specific that you're like, I don't know how to do this on Canva. I see you doing it. How do I do this? Pop me in some questions. I also want to show you guys too that Instagram has reel templates too. If you just type in, honestly, any template out of the sun that you can think of, you just pop it in here. They might even have TikTok. I don't know for sure. They do. So Reels, I just typed that in, and there's a bunch of different Reels templates. Now, one thing I want you to note here too is, like, say we were using this template right here, but you weren't really fond of this background video of the grass and the sun. You can totally upload your own video. So say like you recorded yourself on your phone, like some B-roll where it's just you like typing along, doing your thing. You can upload that into Canva. I don't know if I have any videos in here of my own videos. No. Oh yeah, here. I look really dumb, but we're just not going to judge me right now. I have this video saved. This is so like ew. I have this saved on my phone on my Canva. So I just uploaded my own video. I'm going to position it to the back, and then here's what I'm going to do to make sure that this people can actually still read this. I'm just going to throw a shape on top of it. And I'm going to pull that shape all the way down. My brand colors are the neutral, so I just changed the color. And then I'm going to the transparency here, and I'm turning it down. And then I'm going to kind of make this bigger and maybe black so it pops out a little bit better. And now, so like controversial. You can turn the volume off on your videos so that when you save it to upload into Instagram, you don't have to hear both sounds. So I just went up here and turned it off. And now think about something special. Now, look, you see how that something special is getting cut off? Please make sure you edit that. Stretch it over. This is a really bad video example, guys, but I'm just basically showing you how you don't have to use their videos. You can use your own. And now here's a reel. Think about something special. Don't know what that means, but this is just an example for you. Okay. All right. The floor is yours. Is this helpful? Do you have questions? Darby, is there anything that I'm missing that we should show them how to do?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Actually, I just thought about something. When you click on your text, guys, there's a couple things I want you to note here. Like, you can always pull your lines in tighter, and you can also click on effects and play around with the different effects that they have for your text. So that's always really fun to do as well. Okay, does Canva allow you to use your own videos in the non-pro version? That's a really good question. I don't know. Let me see. I think you can. Can you upload video in non-pro Canva?
I only asked because I tried it once and it didn't work, but I wasn't sure if it was because of me putting my own video in there or if there was something else on the template I was using that was just a pro only.
That could be. I do feel like you should be able to upload your own stuff. Like, I don't think that that would make you, I don't think the pro version would keep you from doing that. Because tell me this, John, I don't know if you have it pulled up, but do you have this little button over here that says uploads?
I do.
And then tell me one more thing. When you go to click uploads, does it show you like, you know how sometimes it'll black out stuff that you can't upload? If it gives you the option to upload a video, then you definitely have those permissions.
Okay, it definitely does.
Okay, you should be good. Maybe the video's too long. That could be something.
Okay.
I do know that when I upload long videos, it takes forever and then it ends up timing out and it doesn't work. So maybe try to cut the video down.
Yeah, it also, I think it has to be an MP3 or it can't be like a PSD or a TIFF, whatever that is.
Okay,
So
that's good to know. That's good to know. What other kind of questions do you guys have? Let me go back to Canva. Are there any templates that you guys want us to add to the membership? Because like I said, we are redesigning everything and giving us a huge facelift. So like right now we have reels, carousels, a few static posts, and then stories. But like, is there anything else that you're like, wow, it would be really cool if you offered us this? And you know what? You can think about this too and always email me later. I think this is, oh, mock-ups. That's one more thing. One last thing I want to show you. Okay, so say like you are selling this new service or even this new product. Canva has this really cool thing that like can totally make it look like you had a professional photo shoot. So if you go into search and you type in mock-up, I'm just going to click enter so it gives me a bunch of ideas. Anytime, like I just used this one the other day to give you guys my IG bio checklist. Let me just show you what you have to do. Customize this template. So you'd come in here and obviously you're going to brand it to your own branding. But what you're going to do here is you're going to just delete these top photos and say like your freebie. I'm going to go find my freebie real quick. Your freebie obviously is in Canva, or maybe it's a PDF that's just already on your computer. That's fine. All you need to do is pull up that freebie. Holy crap, I have so much crap in here. Hold on. There it is. Here's my freebie. This is a PDF guide that I give to people to optimize their Instagram profile. All you're going to do is come in here and screenshot your designs. And then you're going to go back to that template and go to uploads and upload those 3 little screenshots that I took. 1, 2, 3. And you're just going to pull them over. And I'm going to show you one little other thing. Say you have like this freebie that you're giving away, but to be honest with you, if I were to download this right now, people can totally like see what all that says, right? So maybe I want to gatekeep it a little bit. You can actually click on it and go to edit image, adjust, and you're just going to blur it just a tiny bit. So now people actually have to download it before they can see what that says. So I like to blur like the 2 in the back and then leave the front one obviously not blurred because it's not like they're getting information from your title. And then in case you did not know this either, if you click on your image, you can add shadows and it just kind of like, I don't know, it looks like it's 3D, it's popping out at you. So I just added a shadow. I think there was one already on it. So yeah, there was. So that's why it just booted me out. I'm going to do it one more time. Yeah, there's already one on this. That's why it keeps pushing it back. But all right, we got something in the chat. I would like to see more Canva templates since that's what I'm struggling with. Okay, do you guys prefer carousels, static? Do you want educational? Do you want salesy? Do you need help selling? Like, what is it that you want? What kind of templates? Are you guys even using the Reels templates? Do you see yourself using more carousel templates? Like, give me some feedback while we're in here. And while I'm waiting for your questions, educational for you. Okay, yeah, John, with you being, didn't you say you're a speaker? Okay, yeah, you're gonna want to educate then. What do you sell? What's your offer, John? For people to hire to speak?
That's it.
How do you sell that? Do you have like a landing page or anything? Or do you get people on a call?
Both.
Okay. What I'm thinking for you is like maybe you do little templates where you're educating them on a specific topic and just giving them very surface level, but still very valuable, like nothing they can find on Google, like only you know. But then always, and this is for everybody, on that last frame, you need to hit home on how they can, what they need to do next. Like, is it visit your link in bio to book a 10-minute discovery call? Is it, send you an email to do this? Like, always make sure you're pushing them to do something. For example, on Sunday, I decided to push my lead magnets, and I just told people to comment the word me if they wanted more information. And I thought I would maybe get like 10 people, and I ended up getting like over 100 comments. But it's all because I said comment me or whatever I said to comment. Like, I've never had that feedback before, and I know it's because my CTA was very specific with them. So just make sure you guys are being super specific. That could be a training for us too, Darby, is like call to actions. I don't think we talk about that enough. But those are all good tidbits. Can't tell you guys how grateful I am just to have y'all in the membership in the first place. We really appreciate you.